No.
need a sponsor for that?
Well, I had a sponsor. I had all of that lined up,
Oh, okay.
and they just refused to give me a visa. And I don't know if it's because I suspect that it's because
Yeah?
um,
Okay.
it's seen as politically sensitive, the work that I do.
We can start now.
Okay.
Salam sejahtera dan kita berjumpa lagi dalam dari arena IPT 1965. Saya ditemani sekarang berduduk berdampingan dengan Brad Simpson yang baru saja selesai memberikan kesaksian tentang terutama peran Amerika dan beberapa pemerintah asing lain dalam peristiwa banjir darah di Indonesia pada tahun 1960-an pokoknya. Saya akan mewawancarai Brad Simpson dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi dia berjanji akan menjawabnya secara pelan-pelan. So Brad, you've been testifying in front of the tribunal on the complicity of the U.S. government during the bloodbath in Indonesia in 1960s. Do you think what is the important point that you convey during your presentation?
Well, terima kasih banyak untuk kesempatan ini. The point that I was trying to make was that the United States and other Western governments had, for more than a year, been attempting to provoke an armed conflict between the army and the PKI in the hopes that the army would crush the Indonesian Communist Party. After Gerakan 30S, the U.S. government initiated a program of covert operations to support the Indonesian army and encourage it to destroy the PKI. It provided weapons, financial support, and political support to the army so that General Suharto and his allies knew that they had the full support of the United States, even if that support was being provided covertly, because it was politically risky for the United States to publicly support the Indonesian army and the generals opposing Sukarno at the time. I also testified that the United States was well aware of the killings as they began and was aware of how many people were being killed as the killings got underway, and that the United States did nothing to protest or oppose those killings, and in fact provided whatever assistance it could to the Indonesian government or to the Indonesian military in order to assist it in destroying the Communist Party, knowing full well that the assistance it provided was being used by the army to murder unarmed civilians.
So, how long has it been going? How long did this operation take place?
From what we know of the declassified record, the United States began covertly assisting the Indonesian army in late October of 1965 as the civilians who happened to be supporters or alleged supporters of the PKI or one of its affiliated organizations.
So, American money, American weapons, and American tacit approval.
Yes. I should emphasize that the material support that the U.S. gave to Indonesia was quite small at the time because it was very risky for the United States to openly support the Indonesian army against Sukarno, because Sukarno is still the president. The U.S. was not very popular in Indonesia at the time, and so the CIA and the U.S. government more generally had to be extremely careful in providing support to ensure that this support did not become public knowledge. Had it become known that the U.S. was supporting the army, this would have discredited the army at a moment when it is seeking to portray itself as the legitimate rulers of the country. And army leaders did not want the U.S. to do anything to endanger their prospects of coming to power. And so this was a very delicate situation where we needed, or where the U.S. wanted to give the Army the support that it could without giving it so much support that people would find out, thereby endangering the Army in achieving its broader goals of destroying the PKI, overthrowing Sukarno, and taking power themselves.
Okay, so but surely America was not alone in doing this. Are there any countries involved?
Very few countries, actually no country, did anything to oppose the killings in any meaningful way. The British government conducted covert propaganda operations in support of the Army's campaign, as did the Australian government. The Japanese government provided financial assistance to the Indonesian Army, as well as a number of other Western governments which provided intelligence support. Even the Soviet government